Hey, what's going on, guys? This one is a scary one. It's a scary one. Ah, look at that. That is insane. So went to 139. Here's the daily here. Where's it going? Up to here? Up here? 140.82. Don't know. It's really extended right now. And look at that. That's just insane. So I mean, it'll move like a dollar in seconds. So, hey, morning, Rob. Roku was great this morning. I wasn't awake then. I wish I saw it. I wish I know what you're talking about. Roku has been traded quite a bit lately, huh? I'm shorting here. Okay. So, because it can get like a 40-cent spread on this one, I got in at 137.95, basically right here, because of the spread. The spread is insane. I have to be very fast on this one, so I'm gonna create a stop over 139. I can't risk it going against me because it goes so fast. I'm only in half my shares. There it goes, great. Okay. Now I guess I can kind of short some more here. Hey guys, sorry I can't look at the message right now. This thing is just a little intense for me. I need to set my stop at 139. Generally I never put stops that close, but this thing is just kind of scary. Alright, see how it's outside the VWAP band? Insanely outside, like that. And where's the exponential? Here it is. Here's the 5-minute right here. So it's going well so far. But look at the spread, guys. It's like a dollar spread. So you always have to put that into consideration. When there's like a dollar spread here, I would have to get out before I anticipate a pop back up. I have to like catch it on the way down. Otherwise, the spread would just be against me. Now I say, RG saying get the heart rate monitor smartwatch. I'm the kind of guy that when I see my own heart rate rise, I'll make it go higher because I'm scared of the movement. So that won't work, RG. But thanks. Okay. So here's the deciding factor, if it's going to break over or it's going to go down. And it's going down. Nice. Whew, this one's scary. I don't even know why well, I know why I'm in it. I just prefer not to be in it. You guys know what I mean? It's like you see a trade that you have to get, but you wish it wasn't this crazy. Yeah, that's what I mean. So this one, I'm gonna definitely be out early because by the time it pops up, the bid and ask is going to like be against me here. But I am anticipating it to come back down around this area, 190, 136. No, because of the way it moved, I only have half my shares. So not much at all. I'll be lucky to make $200 on this one. Or $300. In Jeremy's voice. Make friends with pain. I want to hear him say that. I want to hear his voice. I bet he'll say it very calmly. Or maybe in like a creepy, like too happy of a voice. Someday, if you encourage him, if he's on a good day, maybe we can get him to talk with us. But I know he's very focused. He may not be bothered. Whereas I, on the other hand, if I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to my cat. Or my student dog. Yeah, happy Valentine's, guys. It's just kind of strange to say because we're all guys here, most likely. But yeah, happy Valentine's. Hope you all have a good Valentine's with your significant other. My wife is a teacher in elementary school, so she has all these little tiny boyfriends getting her candy. So she brings it home and then I eat it all. Ooh. Okay, watching the level 2 here. I want it to go down. There it is. Okay, I'm out. Ooh, just in time. Did I get it just in time? Man, I gotta check the recording, but it went down to the 136.60 something. Ah, green is green. It's whatever. Okay, so a little quick recap of this one. So it looked like this when the trade ideas started announcing it at 11:20, 11:22, and I just saw it like this. So it was kind of crazy how it's just popping straight up. Now the problem with this one was the daily here. And just scooting on up. This is the daily chart. It went up to here, which is like, I can't really create a defining line. Usually I'll take the previous high. This high was 140.82, and it's not quite there yet, but it was moving like an inch, which was a dollar every less than a minute. So anything over here, most of us would have thought that that would be predictable, but it just went all the way up here. So I guess this would be a nice resting point before it decides what else it wants to do. A nice pivot point. But yeah, it's not like I'm going to hold my breath for that long. So that was an issue, not knowing how high I wanted to go, because 140 looks nice, doesn't it? Just hitting up there. And just look at the movement. So this was straight on movement and had nothing hardly to do with the volume. If the volume was higher, then maybe the spread would have been tighter, but this thing had almost like a dollar spread. So if you put like 100 shares in and it's moving, you're already down $100. That really sucks. That can really hurt your feelings. And then so where did I catch it? I caught it near the very, very high. That's why my line is down here, because it was like over 50-cent spread. And yeah, I caught it as it was going down. I hope I caught it at 136.60. I think I did, because yeah, the profits show that much. But then now it's creeping back up. Who knows? From here on out, it really doesn't matter what happens. But I actually anticipated more of a move than that. So here's the 5-minute. So look, it's not even close to the 5-minute. Maybe it's retracing back and it's going to go back down. But you know me. Y'all can accuse me of scalping. I guess that in this case, this would be a scalp. I can't hold my breath for something this scary. And of course, the other thing I've been using a lot is the standard deviation on the VWAP. So I'm looking for VWAP, volume weighted average price. Doesn't really matter what it means. It's just lines. So it went outside, and lately what I've seen is when it goes out and it comes back in. When it comes back in, I've seen a lot of stocks like to approach, close to the VWAP. This one not so much. Maybe it'll come back down from here. But it was outside, and usually it wants to come back inside to breathe. It's like outside the bubble. Get it? Breathing. And then yeah. So when it's outside, then I'm just trying to figure out when should I enter. Lee says Tesla. I've been watching Tesla because I want to anticipate its next move. Okay, yeah. Well, yesterday I did pretty good with Tesla. Sorry I haven't been around like I wanted to. Valentine's Day is coming around. I just kind of felt like the best present would be just to make a lot of money. So I just didn't want to have that added pressure of being on the stream. But I also noticed when I'm not on the stream, I take trades that I would never suggest anyone else take, and because of that, I take some trades that I shouldn't take because they're at higher risk. So I had some big losses and huge wins, and so today I feel like I just been through. Well, yeah, I felt like I traded too much. So I'm pretty beat up today because of yesterday. If you're on the Discord, you probably may have noticed there was a few trades that I just never updated because I was in and out so much, just trying to recover my losses. And when you try to recover your losses, then you gotta weigh in on if you're trying to recover or you're trying to revenge trade, you know? So I have to honestly say I broke a few rules. I like to break a few rules when I'm not on stream. So being on stream, you guys actually help me try to stay on point, I guess. Sounds like a amateur issue. Don't know what to say. I'm just not on my game. But at the same time, I've had the most profit. But I can't sustain this because I know that psychologically I'm going to unravel if I keep trading the way I do. What was I saying? Right, Tesla. So Tesla right here, I thought it was gonna go up to here. So this one was 819.99 and this one was 818, and right now we're at near 813. So yesterday it flew up, right? Let me see if I can find it. Right here. This was a beautiful move right here. Oh, I like to get a little bit further out. Okay. Right here, this one area right here, where you saw all that volume come in right here, and it was just coming up and it was hitting the band, the VWAP, and that's when I actually shorted it right there for like, I think it was like 50 shares. So I made like $300 in a few minutes, just because the signal right here with the volume, and it hit a solid 818 because we're trying to get that solid number, and that's it. That's all I'm looking for. So today I'm hoping to see another huge pile up in volume. And the beautiful thing about having these large cap stocks is the movement. When the movement is irrational on a large cap, is very predictable for the counter, because is large caps always, because there's so many people in it, the technicals are very more predictable in my opinion. And look at that, it shot back up. Now it's still looking, I shouldn't say that, but it looks like what I was talking about, wanting to reach this area in the 140s. Let's see, this one was 140.82. Looks like it still wants it, like up in this area. You see how it touches here? It passes up a lot of these candles right here in the 140s. So I guess it really wasn't done, and I kind of got lucky, if you want to call it that. But I mean, just goes to show something like this is not worth being greedy on, because it didn't even get close to the 5 minute, because it wasn't done. So yeah, let's just call it luck. So kind of got closer as it was creating a bull flag, and it popped back up. It may trigger again on my trade ideas, but the volume's pretty low. Okay. Here's a breakout. The 15-minute candle is still green. I hate it when I make these huge blocks like that. Okay. So went down, went up, went down, and decided to break out right here. More like right here at 134.50, and now it's popping up almost $5. Definitely not for the faint of heart with that 80-cent spread. It's insane. I should just look away now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just not look at this stock anymore. It's gonna get me in trouble. Okay. Let's see if anybody's trading anything. I saw the Discord app, which is the chat room in the description below, and on YouTube. The Jeremy Newby and friends. I was asleep, but they traded Lyft. This was an awesome picture. This was great. Look at all that. That move down, and then the signal right here. I'm thinking they got in there, and it kind of scares you a little bit. And ooh, that's a 31. But then it comes back up. So this was really nice. Let's see if it actually hit the 5 minute. Yeah, it did, and it went a little bit above it. Oh, this will be the first one. This one was a rough ride, but I know that they did well on it. So it went from say 10-11 to 10. So it's holding your breath for 20 minutes. They can do that, no problem. Yeah, lately I've been seeing some fake outs like this one right here. This one was announced at 11:34. Oh, actually, this was a perfect call. Oh, also at 11:32 right here. Oh, well, actually, yeah. I was thinking it was signaling here, but it didn't. It wasn't strong enough for a move. And then it went back down, consolidated, and went back up. And that's where Trade Ideas announced it. And there it goes. It goes very steadily downwards. Past the 5 minute. But it was a solid move here. Relatively predictable. Jeremy's chiming in. Lyft was good, but I like Uber's chart better. Oh. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Okay. This one was a little bit sketchy because it moved really fast. It broke a couple of my rules. You know, three consecutive same color candles. In this instance, it should be red. 3 15-minute candles, so 45 minutes in. But this one started a little bit early. It started a little bit early right here, like 4 minutes early for me. So you know, rules are meant to be broken, as long as you try to. It's all about the shape, really. But the 45-minute rule that I have is generally just to let it move before you get in too early. But wow, this is beautiful. It's like heart. And Roku. Somebody mentioned Roku earlier. Rob said Roku was great this morning. Oh. So I guess you shorted it. So it was anticipated as a downtrending trade right from the start. I don't see this anywhere in the reversal, so I'm assuming you did a morning play. Which would have been really nice, yeah. Okay, we got another one. Hit the trade ideas right here. Okay. Okay, you can see more of the parabolic move right here on the 15-minute chart. On the 5-minute chart, it's starting to look more and more linear. So I had somebody ask me before, what's considered a linear grind? A linear grind is first linear, right? Grinding means it's just grinding in one direction. Just, choppy, but one direction. In this case, this is almost looks like a linear grind, right? If you look at it, it shows up on the chart, on the trade ideas scanner as something, but the further, obviously the closer and closer you look, the more linear it becomes. So, not to say it won't reverse, because based on the 15s, it looked like it did quite a bit of a move right here to create a parabolic move. But if you get closer to it, it starts to look less and less ideal. And basically, in my opinion, the closer you look and the less ideal it becomes, the more it actually would probably be a fade rather than a fast mover. And personally, I like fast movers. I like to have a strong signal, which may fake me out once, but not twice. But something like this may just grind one direction, where you're always trying to figure out where the top is on a short. In this case, it did trigger, say like 4 minutes ago, but it didn't go because it's too linear. So this in my opinion would be considered a linear grind. It's just grinding, and then it fakes you in, especially when trade ideas signals it. I take it seriously, but in this case, it's a no-go for me. At least I personally would not want to get in a trade like that. This one again. That's a strong move. Look at that. So where does it want to go on the daily? Why is it making that move? I traded a few times. That's why you see these red lines. This was a while back too. Okay. Let me just remove them all. Okay, so maybe up here. Maybe up here. In the 2027s? What's that? 2027. This is 2030. 2026. This one is 2028. So there's a lot of good reasons why I would want to go there, right? So it would be sad to see the Maxar reverse here where it's at right now, because it would be more ideal up here. But it looks like it made a move a little too early. So here's the thing, when you get trade ideas and you see how well it works, a lot of times you may just get trigger happy and start picking them all, And if you get in at the right time and you get out early enough and you scalp everything, you'll probably be green on everything, but the risk isn't worth it because you're only scalping small amounts. So what we're looking for is the real move, the solid move, in opposed to something like what happened with this one, the MHR. I hate it when it does this. This is like, makes me question the speed of my internet. What is this? Did I? Oh, okay. That was my fault. I had it on the wrong ticker. Whew, that was scary. Alright, so like this. Don't really have a solid move. Got in here, popped back higher, and then went down again, popped back up again. So still grinding up. And this one, nice. I like to see this one be a little bit cleaner with more volume, and then approach that daily area. And then that's where you may want to get in, or you may want to just wait till it comes back higher and then come back down to this area. Let me say that again. Sometimes it may touch this area and create a wick, come back down, and then come back up later in the day, or it may just keep going higher and then wick back down. That's what I foresee. Something like this candle, going real high up to this area. See how it went to a predictable area, and then it went back down to, it is settled somewhere like right here, in this area right here. So if it's having a really good day, maybe it'll come here, or maybe it'll come up here and then wick back down. That just theoretically speaking, of course. So we'll watch this, and I'm hoping it doesn't, you know, consolidate and then spike back up, because then it's going to be one of those fades and not something that's parabolic going straight up and then kind of tick down. Like my sound effects. Hey Alan. Alan Shadone. You sound very familiar. Are you from sound like you may be from back in the days? If you are, welcome, man. Glad to see you sticking around. Jeremy made a 828 on Lyft alone. He's a heavy trader. Okay, look at it. It's already going. That's kind of what I'm... This is something to talk about, kind of, because so we had Trade Ideas announce it, right? And like I said, if you get in whenever, it's going to go. But the question is, when is it going to go? And this one's going. This one's done. I wouldn't come back and look at it, because it's going to create a nice red candle here on the 5-minute chart. But personally, it doesn't complete all my rules here. It didn't. It's just right here. Of all places, I can't really see it at this as a solid reversal area. So you kind of just have to stick with your rules, regardless if it goes. Some lessons aren't to be learned. It's just coincidental. That's how I see it. So this one obviously worked, but not all of them work out this way. What's more of a sure thing is when we look at the daily and we can find a reversal area on the daily, then we can kind of say that really adds a lot to my conviction. Maybe 30% of my conviction is right from the daily chart. Maybe more. Maybe more like 50%. But yeah, I think... One sec. It's 11 o'clock Central Time. Um, I need to see if I'm able to get lunch for my wife. How fast can I do
Let's
this?
take Mannerdale Drive, Houston, and West Park Tollway East. In 600 feet, turn left onto
No.
Cedar Gardens Drive. Then turn left.
No, I won't be able to make it. Okay, yeah. It's a Valentine's Day, and wife is on professional development, which means the students have today off. Coincidentally, I thought it was because of Valentine's, but no. Students generally don't get Valentine's Day off. But um, her district has the day off. So she's at work without the kids, and she's asking if I can bring lunch. So I have to go, at least today. Um, no, okay. Yeah, there's nothing right now. So if I get back in time, then maybe I'll stream if I see something. Otherwise, have a great one, guys, and I'll see you all next week.